'Cause I'm in the stars tonight. So watch me bring the fire, set the night light. Shoes on, get up in the morning, cup of milk, let's rock and roll. Kink out, kick the drum, rolling on like a rolling stone. Sing song when I'm walking home, jump up to the top of the brown. Ding dong, call me on my phone, nice tea and I'll get my ping pong. This is dead heavy, can't hit the bass, boom, I'm ready. Life is sweet as honey, yeah, this beat chain like money.
And the world's alright with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day.
Let's take a ride. Don't you say a word, just get inside. It's time to take your on another kind of trip. Cause you can't have to hop if you don't have to hip. Grab your gat with the extra clip and close your eyes and hit the switch. But don't run to a place where everybody kick it, kick it, kick it. Yeah, that's the kick it. Ain't no bloodin', ain't no clipping, ain't no fools in the party set tripping. Everybody got a stack and it ain't no crack. And it really don't matter if you're white or black. I wanna take you there like a staple season. Put something in the tank and I know that I can bring you. If you can't take the heat, get your out the kitchen. We on a mission. Come along and ride on a fantastic slide, slide, slippity slide. It switches on the block in a 65.
We are on a mission. We are on a mission because it is Feel Good Friday. Yes, yes, we made it to another Feel Good Friday. And that is a very, very good thing. What's up, everybody? I'm your girl, Jeanette Smith, certified life strategist and mindset coach. And welcome to Feel Good Friday, the coaching day where we take everything that we learned through the week, we look at it, hold it up, inspect it, see how we can implement it even deeper into our lives so we can make better decisions for better living. Today, we do our favorite coaching game, Points of You. And we get it cracking by first talking about what do you have to feel good about this Friday. Let's see who is in the room today. Good morning, Pamela. Good to see you. I see you on Periscope. Hello across all the platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitter. Good to see you all. Yeah, I'd love to hear what you all are feeling good about this Friday. I'll tell you what I'm feeling good about this Friday. I'm feeling great about all the nuggets that we got on Monday during the anniversary. That was everything I could have hoped for and then some. Celebrating the 5th year anniversary of my publishing of the book, From Dream to Reality, Navigating the Path to Your Life Purpose, a tool that I've used throughout my repositioning from news anchor to entertainment host to consultant for media, ministries, and ministries abroad, both mega churches, small churches, and then delving into my coaching and just repositioning and finding that purpose was nestled in every move I made, and how grateful I am to now be standing before you, able to help you find and follow your path. So we had a great time on Monday. And if you missed it, I just wanted to share with you just a couple of little sights and sounds, maybe not sounds, just sights from Monday's terrific broadcast. Thanks again to all of my speakers that came in and shared time with me. It's worth you going back to watch. Even if you saw it the first time, just take it in speakers and take in pieces. I know you can't do the whole 3-hour conference, but go back in pieces and pull out nuggets, because it will bless you. It will bless you. It will bless you. So I'm going to make sure that I got the sound going for y'all, because I know I slipped on that one the other week. So let me make sure I click that sound. All right, let's take a look back now at Monday. Thank you. Good looking out, Lisa. I was saying I had such a phenomenal time Monday. And I am so grateful to all the guests and all of you who stuck and stayed from the very first guest through the release the release ceremony. Thank you. And if you haven't seen it, go back and look at it in little chunks from first, interview to second. Just once a day, just look at those interviews and go back and take some more notes, because I'm telling you, that stuff, it was gold. It just really was gold. And I would hate for you to miss any of that. So yes to all of that. So I just want to go through some nuggets that we got as we look forward to our exercise for today. Some things for you to focus on. Because we want to make sure that as we do our exercise today, which is just going to simply ask the question, what's my move in this season to run to the roar? What's my move to run to the roar? Okay. You'll remember that I introduced you to a term called ikigai. It's a Japanese term, and it means finding purpose, meaningful direction, and purpose in life. And that's what we all want. That's what we all want. Of course, we want to be able to secure food, shelter, and clothing, but you also, beyond that, you want to have contentment in what it is that you do for that. And so that ikigai is important. And that's when we find what we are good at, what the world needs, what the world will pay for, and we put all of those things together, and and what I'm happy doing, and put all those things together and find that sweet spot in the middle. All right. So our guest Trina told us, don't be intimidated. Do not be intimidated of the dream and what it costs to get to where you want in the dream, right? That was the number one thing. And so when you think about that, she was talking about home ownership, but that goes for everything. That goes for anything, because she was talking about what it meant for her to build her dream and how she had to push past her own fear. So she's not telling you something that, just, oh, this is just, only applies to me. No, Trina was saying, don't be intimidated to hear the truth about what it takes to achieve your dream. All right. So that's number one. For those of you who may have missed it, don't be afraid to hear what it takes. And remember, she was talking about an exercise she did with potential homeowners in terms of she would have them, instead of buying Starbucks or whatever the little small things that they would spend their money on, they would put them in a trash bag and they would collect and see how much they would collect over a month's time. And she would say, that's basically what you're throwing away when you could be investing in your home. I say the same thing about your time. Look at their time, the time that you spend on different things that don't necessarily have anything to do with building your dream, and that don't have anything necessarily to do with you supporting your job. Like if you have a 9-to-5 right now, you're not supporting your job with that time, and you're not building your dream. So basically, you're doing the same thing as she was trying to allude to with the money. You're throwing your time away, and time is a commodity that you can't pay to get back, right? So very, very, very important stuff. The second thing I love from Team Claiborne, they said, focus forward and know that you are the roar. You are the roar. Everything you need is on the inside of you. Running to the roar is one thing, but knowing when you get to the place where you know that you are the roar is another thing. Not only are you going after something, you are the something, and you're just bringing it to fruition. Love that point from the Reverend Dr. Patrick and Reverend Cherie. Awesome stuff. And then we heard from my namesake, Spencer X. Smith, who is the epitome of running to the roar, in that everything he did from the time he was in a band that was pretty successful to being a social media mogul who is, sought after by Forbes for quotes and things of that nature, he always spoke to business collaborations and making sure that you look at business collaborations in this way. Don't go for the small fruit. Don't go for, let me get 10 more followers and this and that. Go after the biggest giant in the room. Go for the biggest win, because when you bypass all the small fruit and you go for the biggest win, all the small fruit comes with it, right? Once you land the big one, everybody else is going to want to know who you are and work with you. So don't waste your time with the small fruit. Go for the biggest that you can in your area of expertise, or for your business, or for whatever it is that you are trying to go after. I thought that was a great nugget from Spencer. And then we heard from David Gibson, who has his own tribe known as the Dream Catchers. Actually, we heard from Halloran. Halloran was first. Yeah. Halloran Hilton Hill, a great friend of mine from way back in the day. And Halloran had a terrific quote that I know resonated with many of you. And that was, the code for building your dream is nestled in the no. What does that mean? That means quit being afraid of hearing no. So what if you hear a no? And he told the story of how he was trying to get into broadcasting and snuck in the door of the station that I first started at. And the sports director kept telling him, you don't have what it takes. No, you don't even have a resume tape. And he, instead of being deflated by that, said, well, what does it take to get a resume tape? What would be on it? And by the end of his story, he had that sportscaster basically cut a demo reel for him at the studio to show him what it was supposed to look like. So don't be afraid of hearing no. Your DNA coding for getting to the next level is nestled in the no. I love that. I love that. I hadn't said it like that, but had been operating in that for years and years and years. No's never deterred me. The next person was David Gibson, and he's the fella that I told you about, has this tribe known as the Dream Catchers. And I love what David shared. Dream catching is assured when you are anchored in a God-given dream, right? Make sure that the dream you're following is a dream that was supposed to be your dream, not the dream that you see somebody else doing that looks cool, so now you want to go after that dream, or a dream that seems to make money. So I'm gonna go after that dream because that's where the money is. That's not where your success is gonna lie. You want God's thumbprint on your dream. And that's one of the things I talk about in my book is how do you sift out and test it? I call it testing and proving. How do you sift out, test it, and make sure that the dream that you're trying to build is your dream? It's in the chapter I call the authenticity test. The authenticity test. So you got to make sure that the dream you're building is yours. And David reminded us of that in great fashion. So love that. And then after David, we heard from a dear friend of mine since I was in high school, Anthony Galdi, star of Broadway, commercials, television, who is now helping other young people fulfill their dream through his theater academy, Orbit. And I loved being able to catch back up with him. He shared great tips about keeping a sense of adventure, curiosity, and daring. This little girl has run off with a balloon. So could you bring that back just when you get a second? Keeping your sense of curiosity, of daring, and of adventure. Right? Because those are the things that help you stay inquisitive and learning and willing to take a risk. You can't build any dream without taking a risk. And so when you keep your sense of adventure and daring, you're always assured that you will seek it out. You won't be afraid. You'll keep your inquisitiveness about it and be open to learning. And when you're open to learning, you don't worry about stuff like perfectionism and all that other crap, because you don't care. You just want to learn. You want to learn and grow. So that was a great lesson and reminder from Anthony Galdi. And then my last guest for the conference was Kirsten Jones, who was in her own right a peak performance athlete in volleyball, and then went on to work for Nike and be an executive for many years, and now is a strategic intervention coach like myself. And her tips were just really about how we stay in the game and how repositioning is a good thing. And don't be afraid of repositioning from one thing to the next. Just because one season is gone doesn't mean that you aren't full of purpose and using your talents and skills for the next. And so I love what she had to say about her journey, and, that we all fall into little pits of fear and how you have to deal with it, and be willing to push past the fear and do it anyway, right? It's all about running to the roar. With all that said, I hope that you all will go back, and because certain things speak to you specifically in very unique ways for where you are in your life. So I hope that you all will go back and look through those things and figure out exactly what it is you need to hear most right now to help you run to the roar. So we're going to do our exercise. If anybody has any comments about who spoke to you most, like what aspect of dream building really resonated with you, I'd love for you to throw that in the chat while I put up our question for today's exercise. What will propel me to run to the roar in this season? Because I'm all about us making big moves before the end of the year, so we set ourselves up to win in 2021. We don't want to just be getting the plan together in 2021. We want to have the plan and be executing in 2021. So the exercise today is going to focus on just that. What will propel me to run to the roar in this season? Right? Anybody wanted to share any of their thoughts or anything that was really resonating with them for our conference time together? I was so excited. You all did just awesome. Just awesome. I'm giving up I think we're going to go out on Friday with our little flash mob. Okay. All right. If you guys are having a silent session today, I will allow you to have a silent session today. We're going to move it to our exercise. And so we're looking at what is it that I need to do to propel me to run to the roar in this season? What is it I need to do to propel me to run to the roar in this season? All right. And if you wanted anybody to share in this exercise, now's the time to do it before I pull everything out and then have to explain it to them again. Go ahead, share it out so your friends can jump in and be a part of the exercise. What will propel me to run to the roar in this season? What will propel me? And I'm focusing on you all. That's why I repeat it over and over again. What will propel me to run to the roar in this season? Okay. All right. All right. Have your word and now a phrase. A picture, a word, and a phrase. A picture, a word, and a phrase. Okay. All right. So I have them. And now it's up to you to look at the picture, the word, and the phrase and determine what is it saying to me about propelling me to run to the roar. Here's your photo, which I think is pretty cool in terms of what we're looking at today. All right. There's your word. And here's your phrase. Okay. Picture, word, phrase. Picture, word, phrase. And let's see if I can get it so I can hold them up so you can see all of them. Can you see them? Yep. Let me take the banner down. I think that you'll be able to see it better. Yeah, I think right there. Okay. Take a good look. Pull it back a little bit. Beep. I'm trying to do this and take a picture at the same time, and this is the most hilarious thing ever. Okay. Bam, I got it. Okay, got it? All righty. Let's start hearing what impressions you're getting as you seek to figure out that question, what's going to propel me to run to the roar? What's going to propel me to run to the roar in this season? All right. And I'm going to put the picture back up so that you can continue to study, as it were. All right. Good morning, Vonda. I didn't get to say good morning. All the speakers were phenomenal. Each left a nugget for you. That's great. I'm glad to know it. I'm glad to know it. Thank you for that feedback, Leola. That's the kind of conference where you would pay money to hear people of the magnitude come. And so I just hope that y'all get it, that you really get that, when God opens those doors for you to have access to people that you get everything out of it that you can. So thank you for that. I'm glad to hear that. Okay. Success and what has the time come to part from? Good morning, Michelle. Welcome in the room. We're doing our points of view coaching exercise. And the question is, what will propel me to run to the roar in this season? What will propel me to run to the roar in this season? Now, there are some things that you already know, and that's cool. But I'm interested in the things that these points of view cards may be pointing out that you hadn't even considered. Because that's the thing about the points of view cards, like the picture, the word, and the phrase. It kind of makes you think about things that tap into your subconscious in a way that you might not normally have been thinking about it, right? So what has the time come to part from? Interesting. What does that have to do with you running to the roar? And look at her. She's just doing a cannonball into the pool. And it's funny because it looks like she's leaping into the word success. Stop procrastinating. Yes, ma'am. I understand. I understand. What else do you all see? What else do you see? Use your intuitive wisdom and your discernment. Look at that. See what it is you see. What is it you see? Y'all are being quiet today.
Thinking of drowning.
Just let y'all think. Let y'all think.
I'm so deep down inside love that I die. I can hide.
What do you think? What's coming up for you? What's coming up? How are you blocking your own success? Where has the time come to stop or to part from? What is the time to come part from? All right? Because clearly there's some big moves y'all need to make. Like that girl at the pool, that's a big move. That is a big move. She's not trying to make small moves. By the time your feet are almost up to your chest, you're holding your nose. You're like, I don't know what I'm about to jump into, but I'm about to get into it all the way up over my head into it. That is running to the roar. If I haven't seen it, it's jumping into the roar. All right. And she's jumping into success. It looks like. So what has the time come to part from? What is keeping you from running to the roar? Leola says procrastination. Stop setting on what I want to do and go for it with enthusiasm. Stop settling on what you want to do. That's awesome. Settling. Because people who settle are not running down that diving board and taking a big jump, right? Settling is sitting on the side of the pool with your feet in the, oh my goodness. Sitting on the side of the pool with your feet in the pool like that, right? That's settling. That's jumping in full throttle. That's awesome, Leola. Great insight. Terrific insight. Come on, y'all. Let's do it. Let's do the work. What is it that you need to part from? Now, let me add another layer. Think about the nuggets that we just heard from Monday. The code for building your dream is nestled in the no. Is it time for you to part from being afraid of hearing a no? Is that maybe your problem? What about realizing you are the roar from Reverend Dr. Patrick and Reverend Cherie Claiborne? What if you just never realized that you are the roar and what the time has come to part from is you playing yourself small? What about that? What about Spencer Smith's clues of success saying, go for the big giants, Forget about the small fruit. What does the time come to part from? Maybe you've been going after all the small stuff instead of just taking that big lunge, that big plunge like she's about to do in that picture and going for the big stuff. You're going for the small fruit, trying to get small wins, which we celebrate small wins. But what if it's time to go for the big wins? Or what if, like David Gibson said, you've been chasing a dream that's not even really your dream to chase? Maybe you've been trying to do something because you thought that's what was good to do. You thought it would be fruitful for financial reasons, or it was the thing of the age. This is what everybody's doing. This is where success lies. And it's not really the dream attached to your skill set and your giftings. And so you struggle. You struggle because it's just not happening for you. And it has nothing to do with you being, it's like putting a volleyball player out on a baseball field. Like, they're great when you put them on their turf on a court, but as soon as you put them in another game, they're going to suck. That's what happens when we follow the wrong dream. Jennifer weighs in and says, the picture is be the roar, no fear, just jump. The risk is worth it. The word in the question, success will come when I stop playing myself small. Sounds good. I said it as you were typing it. I love that. I love it. I love it. That means we're on the same spiritual wavelength. Yes, yes. Way to do it, Jennifer. Way to do it. Right? What else do we see in here? What else do we see in here? Right? Because we talked about playing ourselves small. What about, and we talked about making sure it's a God-given dream. What about us being able to find our sense of adventure? Doesn't that picture look like somebody who has found their sense of adventure? That's adventure if I've ever seen it, right? Of curiosity and daring. Maybe your success lies in you taking some risks. You've been playing it safe and you've been playing it small, and you just want it to be perfect so you don't ever start. That's playing it safe. And so maybe what the unction is and the push now is helping you to get that sense of adventure. Just jump in, learn something, go for it. Vonda says, wasting valuable time, whatever is inside will manifest itself into success in a split second. Get it now. However you land is a success. I love that. Just go, just jump, leap, and trust. Jump, leap, and trust. When you are jumping, leaping into the pool that is designed for you, however you land, you're going to be fine, because it's all a part of the process. That's what we get afraid to make mistakes. We get afraid of, maybe missing something or it not coming out perfect, or the judgment. All of that is a part of the process. And when you learn that all the grit and everything, that's all a part of the process. Getting a little water up your nose when you leap, that's a part of the process, because you learn, hold your nose next time. All of that is a part of the process. And when we embrace all the parts of the process, then you fully live your experience of walking the path from dream to reality. There's going to be things on the path that you don't anticipate, that you couldn't have planned for. But if you are committed to the path, it doesn't matter. You just know you're going in the right direction, right? I love that share. Excellent share. Keep it going, y'all. Keep it going. The last thing Kirsten said, stay in the game. Repositioning is a gift. Maybe the timer has run out. Kirsten talked about how the timer ran out on one thing in the area of her life, and it was time for the next. You all have heard me talk about the umbrella of purpose that I've been under in different roles. It's okay to let go of something former for something greater moving forward. It really is. You've been a mother, a this, and a caretaker all your life. That's great, but you're still here. So that means there's still purpose in you. So that means let's get to figuring out what purpose looks like in this season, because your kids are grown, everybody's out the house, and now what you gonna do? Just gonna kind of push stuff around and just waste, fill the days doing stuff? No, there's purpose. There's purpose in you, something that's uniquely attached to your gifts, your skills, the experiences that you had in your life, and people need to have it. You need to pour it out. You need to be the solution to the problem that's out there. So If you are still breathing and you got life in your lungs, there's purpose. I've shared with you all how, in the devotional, the family whose mother was on life support, wasn't able to speak, wasn't able to do anything, but was still here. And the purpose in her body drew the family back together where they had not been together before, but it drew family together. And after family came together, she transitioned. You can't tell me that no matter what, purpose isn't in us. She served her purpose right up to the end. It's not a planned move. It's an immediate move. And before you know it, you've made the move. So Vonda, what's your move? Because I feel like there's a move you need to make, an immediate move that you need to make, because clearly you know a lot about this. You are very decided about what this is, and you know that it's not about wasting time. So I want to know, Vonda, what is your next immediate move so that you run to the roar? Savalas is in the house. He weighs in. The irony is, once you jump like a child learning something new, you're going to want to do it over and over again. The fearful becomes the fearless. Another great tweetable. I love it. So what is your move, Savalas? How are you propelling yourself to run to the roar in this season? What's that cannonball move for you in this season? Share it. Put some skin in this game. Put some skin in this game. I know I got a bunch of nuggets Monday. I sure did. And I'm making some moves too. I'm going to look at my collabs. Yes. I'm going to look at my collabs in 2021 and see what big collabs we can do. All right. Y'all are doing great. Come on. Get it in there. Let's go. Get it in there. So once we decide we're going to take that big leap, and once we decide that success is nothing to be afraid of, but something that works for our good, yeah, the next level can be scary. But what's more scary, staying stuck where you are or being a part of what's next? That's where we're going. I'd rather be a little nervous in a better position than sitting in what I've been sitting in for the last how many ever years, but comfortable. That's why I try to train you all by getting you out of your comfort zone. Because once you feel what that energy feels like, you won't be afraid of it. When you stretch yourself, whether it's dancing in a flash mob, virtual flash mob, or whether it's answering a question in front of everybody on a live stream, getting out of your comfort zone is a muscle that you have to work. And the more you work it, the easier it gets. The easier it gets, the better you get at it. So that you can do it in your automatic brain now instead of your deliberate brain. I got to think about it. Am I going to do it? I don't know. Maybe I will. Now you're rehearsed in it. Taking a jump and a leap of faith off a diving board becomes the thing you do because you're that fire type versus And there's nothing wrong with assessing and being deliberate. There's room for all of that too. But when you live your entire life at the back of that diving board instead of taking a leap, something's off balance. Something's off balance. So that's my goal, is to help you run to the roar, take that big flying leap of faith and jump. And whether you put anything in the chat today or not, know this: if you don't claim it for yourself, you can't manifest it. And when you declare it, you speak that thing into existence, not just because you speak it, but because when you declare it, the energy of that goes out. And then all of your thoughts, your feelings, your decisions, your actions start lining up. And then you also put the universe on notice that, hey, I'm here to win. I'm here to fulfill my purpose. And the doors of purpose to go, oh, okay. So when she comes by this way, open that door because she's going to do that. Or he's going to do that. He's ready to walk fully into this. So that's what's going to, we'll be ready when he comes this way. That's what the game is about. The game of life and how to play it. sticking and staying, finding your path, walking it out until you get to that place where it's not even an option. What would you do other than your purpose? Why are you here if not other than to live out your purpose? You're not here to get a job and pay bills. God's a bigger God than that. God put us on earth to get a job and pay bills? Or did God put us here to find and fulfill our purpose and live out a more excellent level of existence? As Howard Thurman says, to find the sound of our genuine, and to be that, to be the roar, to be out there making a difference, doing great works to help bring answers and solutions into situations and circumstances, because only we have that isness to do it. That's what it's about. That's what I hope you all got Monday. That's what I hope you got from every single speaker. That's what I hope you get from this exercise. That's what I hope you get even in your silent session when y'all are sitting here. That's what I hope you get. That's the only reason I show up, is to help you get that. And when we have no need for that, I'll find something else to do. Purpose will move me to the next thing. Purpose will move me to the next thing. So my prayer is that you all will get it, that you will ingest it, and that you will run boldly into your next. I want you to have a great weekend. Not only a great weekend, I want you to remember that as you're doing whatever you're doing out there, that you're staying safe. And remember that we fall back on Saturday night. Okay. So fall back on Saturday night. Turn your clock back an hour so that when we get out there on Sunday, y'all won't be late. All right. So fall back. Make sure that you fall back. Make sure you fall back. I started to turn that into a church song. Make sure you fall back. Okay, make sure you fall back. Okay, I see a couple comments coming in. Monday was phenomenal. I'm so glad that you thought so. Vonda says, I want to buy a condo, but I hear you're getting older. You don't want to have bills to pay when you can travel. I'm hearing all these things and I'm stuck. Well, here's the thing. I don't know where you're hearing all those things from. I mean, there's some truth to that. But here's the thing. Where would you rather be? Where would you rather be? Because if you would rather be traveling, but you're safe in a condo, then that doesn't work. But if you'd rather be in a condo because home is what you want to be doing, then it's worth it, right? What if you're out there traveling and you're like, I'm tired of traveling? And then let's look at what travel looks like right now in a worldwide pandemic anyway. I mean, you have to weigh all these things and what resonates as truthful for you. Wisdom, people will always have, and wisdom, people will always give you their wisdom. But what you have to trust, Fonda, is the wisdom that resides on the inside of you. What's the wisdom that resides on the inside of you? Okay? It will speak peace to you. It will rule. Even if it's a little scary, you will still feel peace about it. So that'll be my prayer for you. Thank you, Savalas. Appreciate you too. I appreciate you too. All right, fam. It's been great to pop in and see you today. I hope that you got something that you can take with you and use throughout the weekend. Don't forget to set your clock back on Saturday. Don't forget that we are the Empowerment Tribe. And if you have not joined us, we're in the Facebook group /Empowerment Tribes, facebook.com/groups/Empowerment Tribe. And if you want to join the text group, just text the word release to 22999. Text the word release to 22999. All right. We'd love to have you as part of our crew. Also, when we get ready to go into the new year, you might need a coach. You might need somebody to help you. And I have groups that are available, women's groups, men's groups, and one-to-one coaching. So check it out at JeanetteSmith.com. See what works for you and see if you couldn't use a little help moving to your next level. All right. Back to the chats. I see one coming in on YouTube. Monique says, I've been silent. I've been a silent one on here, but great coaching. Got a lot of pow nuggets today. Monday was great. Love the recap today. Definitely worth rewatching over and over. Yes, I hope so too. Absolutely. Vonda says, I can hear Reverend Cherie saying, you don't have to buy one, rent one. Then there's that too. So many options. Hey, Donna, how are you? Love you, Leola. Yes. Well, I love you all to life. We're going to go out with our phenomenal empowerment tribe because after this, I'll have to retire it after this week is out. But I love you all to life. Thank you so much for popping in. I hope that you will carry this with you, continue to marinate in it, and stay safe this weekend. And I'll see you back here on Monday. Love y'all. Bye.
'Cause I'm in the stars tonight. So much me bring the fire, set the night light. Shoes on, get up in the morning, cup of milk, let's rock and roll. Can't count, get the drum, rolling on like a rolling stone. Things come when I'm walking home, jump up to the top of the brown. Things come, call me on my phone, nice tea, and I get my ping pong.
This is getting heavy. Can you hear the bass boom? I'm ready. Life is sweet as honey. Yeah, this peach shade like money. Disco overload. I'm into that. I'm good to go. I'm diamond. You know I glow up. Hey, so let's go.
In the stars tonight. Since we bring the fire, set the night light. Shining through the city with the little fucking soul. Light it up like dynamite.
Whoa. Bring a friend, join the crowd. Whoever wanna come along. Roll up, top, just move right up the world. Till night, sky's the light, so we dance the breath down. Ladies and gentlemen, I got the medicine, so you should keep your eyes on the ball. This is getting heavy, when you hit the bass, boom, I'm ready. Life is sweet as honey, yeah, this picture chain like money.
Disco overload, I'm into that, I'm good to go, I'm diamond, you know I glow up.
Let's go!
In the stars tonight. Since we bring the fire, set the night light. Shining through the city with the little fucking soul. Light it up like dynamite. Whoa. Dynamite. You get the feeling with the little fucking soul. Light it up like dynamite. Na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na, light it up, dynamite. Na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na, light it up, dynamite. You can't it's just night. So to me, bring the fire, set the night light. Hey. Shining through the city with the little fucking soul. Light it up like dynamite. Because it's past night. So to me, bring the fire, set the night light. Shining through the city with the little fucking soul. Light it up like dynamite. Like dynamite. Shining through the city.